There we go. Okay, there we be. Okay. So, it's oh, it's not looking good. I don't know why it doesn't want to listen. I am doing everything I did last time. But for some reason, it doesn't want to listen to me. And Dark Souls in general, like, it's not going to play a big difference. Like, it's even the starting screen, it's not even listening to me, like, well. So I have no doubt that something connection-wise must be going wrong or something's up, either with my internet company or something, because last week, everything went fine. This week, it's not going fine. So that's why... Yeah, I mean, I've got stuff to talk about. Like, if you've seen any of my videos, you should know that I can talk for like an hour straight, and I can still have stuff to pull right out of my rear. So that's not really a big problem for me. Oof, indeed, Binksy. I'm doing one more test, and then I'm just gonna pull it up. I did everything. I reconnected to my internet from the Xbox. I shut down and restarted the entire Wi-Fi network. Restarted console, Wi-Fi, computer, all of it. I don't know what else it could be. I have no clue at all. That's the thing. So my assumption is that it must be something with the company or something. I don't know. Like, I can do one more test. I can plop open the internet quick, and I can test it through there. Like, I can do an internet test online maybe and see what they have. Like, because I know there's websites that can check how it's going. So I'll do that quick. And if it's going fine, yay. I'm going to wait for the test I have going on here quick to finish up. There we go. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's still testing the streaming situation on here. The last I saw it was bad, so I'm not going to hold... I'm not going to hold my breath. So, yeah, we'll do the speed test once I'm done checking. Here we go. Okay. Your network is too slow. This might affect gaming. Other devices on your network could be slow you down if they're too much on the bandwidth. Well, I've disconnected everything else. Like, my computer and the Xbox are the only two things I can think of at this moment on the Wi-Fi. Like, I can't think of anything else. So, what I'm going to do... Yeah, because it says even low, it's bad. So, and I tested it too. I know it's bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this up and see what my internet speed's looking like. Go ahead, connect all you want. Okay, use speed test on all of your devices. I just need to see what we're sitting at. So we're sitting about at like 27 megabytes per second. Which, is it the best? Nah, there can be a lot better, but it can do. And gone. Testing the upload. So we're sitting at like 18. Okay. So not the worst in the world. By what I can see, I should be able to run things normally. I should. Worst case, I do have a backup idea I was thinking about. Having internet problems, popular devices report issues. Roblox, Xbox Live, possible problem. So I'm assuming this has to do with Xbox's stuff. Yeah, video game outages report. So yeah, the connection it's looking like. Maybe it's time to buy an Ethernet cable. Let me show you something, Binks. You're going to love this because you are right. It's something I've been wanting. Take a look at this. You're going to love it. One sec. You're going to love this, Binks. So, so I keep cords just in case of emergencies. So I have an Ethernet cord. That's it. That's the length. That's all we're dealing with. You are right. It is about time. The difference is that I have everything hooked up in the living room. Like, I have a big old 25-foot HDMI that's run into this computer. So can there be a connection situation with the cord? There could be, but I checked it. Cord's doing fine. It was like this last week. It was fine. The Wi-Fi, this house is older. So the Wi-Fi is actually hooked up in the bedroom because it's the only place I can hook it up. So if I did get an Ethernet cord, I don't mind doing it. I just need to run that all the way over to the bedroom, which I can live with. I can do that and, unplug it when I'm done with it. But it's looking like, yeah, it's looking like this is a small bit of an Xbox issue. It looks like there are problems right now with Xbox connecting and everything, like a lot. So I'm going to assume that the live is just kind of poopy at the moment. But then again, like, that wouldn't affect gameplay if you thought about it. Yeah, I bought a 100. See? I'm just going to assume that's going to be off for the night. I'm just going to assume Xbox ain't going to want to listen. I have a feeling, like, again, like, I don't even think it's Xbox Live. I feel if I went completely offline, it's still a problem. In fact, you know what? Let me try that out quick, because I know that's not going to be an issue. Let me pull it up quick. If it'll actually let me connect, that's the problem. Like, connecting to the console has been an issue now and then. Let's see. It's funny, because this is going to be a Dark Souls night, but I guess this is just as frustrating as getting my booty kicked in Dark Souls, if you think about it. Yeah, so it's still already a problem. But I guess let me try disconnecting from live. I feel like that's just going to automatically kick the Xbox off of here, though. Even though, I got an HDMI connecting it, so you would think it wouldn't affect it. But, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I'm wrong. So, let's just go offline. I mean, like, I should just, like, get one of those long tubes. Yeah, I'm going to network, well, I'm going to guess in the next few seconds, it's going to say I'm disconnected. I'm waiting for it to do that right now, that's the thing. I'm waiting for it to say, like, doesn't work anymore. Which, again, we lost the connection to your console, so yeah. So now that's disconnected, kid you not, unless it lets me do it from right here. Yeah, we couldn't connect. So, I kid you not, unless I take this HDMI, unplug it, plug this back in the Xbox back into the TV to reconnect, and then plug back in here, I now can't get connected. The Xbox Console Companion app is very poopy in that regards. It is not good. It is filthy. Not a fan. Could play in offline mode, should make no difference, to be honest. That's the thing, like, you would think. But now it can't connect to it since I've gone offline. So now that I'm offline, I cannot play it off of the computer. I am not even kidding. Literally, if I go to connect right now, it's connecting. We could not connect to your console. Make sure the console is still on and connected. Let me see if I can't connect it through here. I don't think it'll let me since I just picked go offline. But I'm going to try. RIPs and... Yep. So, after I get the confirmation, which I'm about to, that everything is poopy, just a chill time. We're just going to sit and chill and talk about things. Because I got stuff to talk about. So, internet connection connected. But here's the thing. It's not, because I chose offline. So even if I go back, which I'm doing right now, I go back and hit connect, which it's loading, it's even asking me to turn on my Xbox. My Xbox is already on. Pain, I agree. I agree, Binks. So, yeah. It's funny because I know it's got to be something else, because I did this, like I said, I did this last week. Everything went fine. Like, literally, everything did. I even saw the stream back just to make sure. Everything was fine. So, my best guess is that it's something involving my internet right now. Which you are right, Binks. I think this weekend, I'm just going to go buy, like, 2 Ethernet cords. One for the computer and one for the Xbox. And I'm just going to just slap them in. I think that's the best go-to. Because... There's not really anything else I can do. Like, there's a few things I can still do I'm thinking of right now. Like, I could probably... Honestly, we could play some Flash games. Like, that's the thing. Like, I enjoy Flash games. I really do. I really enjoy playing Flash. So, like, the old games, like, from, like, ArmoryGames.com, Newgrounds. I'm not going to go on Newgrounds if I did. I know there would be so much stuff that would pop up on Newgrounds that would just get me these videos taken off so quickly. But yeah, like, games like that, like, back in the day when there was, like, the zombie survival games and stuff, those were fun. And they were just, like, little, like, they were full Sunny, Sonny, the game Sunny, that you could play, like, on your browser. That was really good. That was a zombie RPG. You play as a zombie, but there was like a more intricate story. There was a part 2. I don't think they ever finished that series. Like, we could do that. We could do some Flash games. I'm always down for Flash games. I mean, I literally have everything right here. We could do that. I think Flash wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we could do Flash. But I did want to bring something up, too, before we start hunkering and looking into that. LMAO, right? There's a few ideas I have that I could do on here. Like, I was brainstorming things today, like, is there anything I'd want to play or do that would, like, that I could put in the one-time gameplay section of, like, a game I play all the way through once or something. I could make episodes out of that. I could play a game all the way through just for streams, just for fun. I could do all of that. Like, I already got to edit everything already for, like, the title of these live streams, because it says Dark Souls right now. It's not Dark Souls. We're not playing Dark Souls. I would like to play Dark Souls, but I think I've already come to the conclusion Dark Souls just ain't going to happen. If I were to do 6 o'clock every Monday, I mean, I would need to take that hour beforehand to prep everything, which I did today, except for this, to make sure things are running fine. Because I can get in and I can play, but it looks like absolute crap. It takes a good 2 seconds for it to react to my inputs. I know it's bad. Like, I know it's horrible. And I know that it's something going on because I did this last week. But anyway, I'm rambling. So what I did want to bring up, and I guess, Binksy, you'll get a kick out of this one, is, and let me just get out of this because Xbox ain't going to happen tonight. Let me pull up some stuff quick. Yeah, it's saying there's still at 6:50. Okay, so whatever's going on with Xbox Live outages, by the way, is at least also, like, last problem was 7:09. So literally, like, 10 minutes ago was the last major problem on Xbox. So, again, I don't think it's Xbox's fault. I think, could it have something to do with it? I'm not a genius, maybe. Probably not. But there is something going on, definitely, with Xbox. So, maybe tonight isn't a bad thing. I had to work with reviews on this platform to get mine restored, blah, blah, blah. Good to know that zero support of the website now. Okay, so a lot of people are just, like, spamming and talking poopy about things on Xbox on here. By the way, you never finished Dark Souls Remastered, and I can't find Dark Souls 2 playthrough either. So, actually, you know what, Binksy? Like I said, this is probably going to be a good talking time. That's a good time to bring this up. So, I was going to mention this while we were playing Dark Souls 3 tonight. Dark Souls... So we were playing the OG Dark Souls, actually, when we were doing this. We were playing OG Dark Souls. We weren't playing Dark Souls Remastered. We were playing the original, which I have right here. So the dog that I had at the time kind of destroyed the case. And I like having completed cases, so this one sticks out from the collection right now. We were playing OG. And as you can see, it's damaged. I'm looking for a new box. I'm just looking for a new box for it. As you can see, like, everything's fine. Disc is in perfect order. But I prefer my games actually being, like, in good condition. So this is not going to sit in the collection that's up above me. It's not going there. My buddy Brent, who's playing the first one with me, he's using a Magic user. We talked about it. We actually have plans on getting that up and going, honestly, very, very soon. It's funny. We're going to keep it a secret, but, like, this week is going to be like we start recording more like Halo and Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3 I just jumped into because, like, excuse me, it was like the continuation to 1. It was a bigger game at the time when I started. That's when I just got out of, like, my horrible stuff that was going on, and I needed something fresh and new. So I started Dark Souls 3 because I was like, it's Dark Souls 3. Everyone knows Dark Souls 3. So Dark Souls 3 is what I started working on. Dark Souls 1, me and Brent, it's not even that we didn't see eye to eye. It's just that we didn't have what we were looking at the time, what we needed. Or, like, our schedules didn't mix. He had to do stuff. This is when the big old COVID-y beast happened and things got scattered everywhere. Like, we didn't even talk about, like, videos at that point. We just didn't talk in general, not because of anything bad, but because our lives were, like, doing their own things at that point. So we didn't get a chance to even discuss Dark Souls or Halo or the original Doom, any of that. Overlord, none of it. So it just fell to the wayside. And it's even on my list of things to complete. I just had to figure out how I would get Brent back on board. And it wasn't going to be hard. Just say, like, hey, you want to just chill and play Dark Souls. So we were doing that. And it just so happens last week, we're both like, we're free again. Quite literally this week, we decided, let's start on the older stuff. So that's how it's going. I was going to leave it as a big surprise, like, oh, we're back. But as you can see, the situation in front of me, I kind of need something to talk and do. So here we are. So that's kind of where it's looking. We're going to pick those up again. We're going to do those. I am focusing on getting the games I'm playing, like Dark Souls 3, done this year. So expect like Dark Souls and Halo are going to be like in the back burner. They're going to be like in the same seat as like Final Fantasy 12 right now. Like a few episodes a month, but we're going to be cracking them out. I just want to get like the longer games like Ghostbusters and all that just finished up and done. I would prefer to watch you play and not depend on others, to be honest, just in case stuff happens. Oh, you mean like for Dark Souls? So that was the thing, like Dark Souls, but huge W. Huge W's indeed, my man. I'm happy to have Dark Souls back. Me and Brent, we're going to be doing some more stuff. Brent is actually, I'm not going to spoil what's going on, but Brent has his own plans for things going forward with some stuff. So I don't see me and Brent like going and continuing more games. Like what we finished that we originally started, we're probably going to finish. Dark Souls 2 is probably going to be me. I'm probably going to do Dark Souls. It's my favorite one. So I'm probably going to do Dark Souls 2. That's going to be me. Dark Souls 1, that's going to stick with Brent. We already started it that way, and that's how I kind of want to finish it, because I don't really like leaving the format. Like, with all the stuff from the past, all the stuff, I have mountains, like, I'm literally sitting in front of them right here. Like, for Mortal Kombat, Final Fantasy 13, Saints Row, Darksiders. I do want to finish those how they originally started. But there's a situation there for that one. And I don't mind talking about it in stream. It's been like a year and a half. But it's one of those things where it's also like, unless someone were to ask me why and personally were to be like, what's the reason, I'm not just going to outright say it. I can if people want me to. I can do it right now if someone were to ask. But for now, it's just looking like that's unless someone actually wanted to know the personal reason behind it. And I don't mind saying it. I'm repeating myself, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, Dark Souls 2 will probably be me. Me and Brent are just going to finish up what we're working on. Can't wait for the Dark Souls 2 playthrough. That's probably going to happen. That's a good question of when I would start it. Probably, like, we have Dark Souls 1 with me and Brent working on it. Dark Souls 2 has no connection to 1 and 3. Dark Souls 2 is like an alternate universe, which it works perfectly fine because it's stated with Dark Souls. Every person playing Dark Souls is in their own universe of Dark Souls, and those universes can cross, hence the ghosts and being able to have another player join you. They're all different universes of the Souls series. They all take place in their own universes. Now, while Dark Souls 2 doesn't follow the story of 1 through 3, it is stated that, like, it is a part of those, like, pocket universes each player is playing. So, for instance, like, there's a universe of, like, someone's playing Dark Souls 1, they beat it, yay, and Dark Souls 3 happens, which you're playing a different character than the one you played in the first one. Not going to spoil it, but there's a reason. And it's shown that, like, okay, yeah, like, the story kind of continued in that linear fashion, while 2 has no connection. That's because 2, like, oh, I'm playing 2, I'm in my own universe of a Dark Souls story. That's kind of how it goes. So here's 1 and 3, here's 2, they're just in the giant universe bubble. That's kind of how it works. I'm getting out there. I just rambled, but this is just chilling. So Dark Souls 2, I could really... So I gotta wait to play it for a bit. So I gotta wait to play it for a bit. Oh, that's because, so I gotta wait. Is that because you don't have it yet, Banksy, or is it because you're just waiting for, like, me to start things? Which, either or, is fine with me. Like, I enjoy your playthrough, so I would love to... I honestly would enjoy so much to see you in 2. Because things are a bit different. Honestly, game controls, it's not bad. I enjoy 2's controls a lot. Obviously not as much as 3, because 3 and Elden Ring, I think, are the best controls you'll ever find. But I do really like 2's controls. I think it's really nice. I think it's a nice improvement to what 1 had. I think the story and aesthetic, I really like more than 1. Just because it's more colorful, you'll notice. The DLCs are very good. The DLCs caught me off guard. I did not know I would like the DLCs as much as I actually did. But yeah, I really liked how 2 was done. Some of the bosses, unlike 1, like, all the bosses are kind of just good in general. There's a lot that fall flat on their face in 2. I won't argue about that. Some of the bosses are very weak, and I do not like it. But anyway. So, what I was trying to get at, 2, I can literally kind of just start whenever I can. The only thing stopping me right now is I'm just trying to do cleanup and just get like stuff I want out there gone. I've got Final Fantasy sitting on my plate constantly. Dark Souls does take some time. I don't have it right now. But when you do, Binksy, I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be very excited for when you get it. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, the playthrough you're going to do, I will be tuning in. Because I was gone the weekend, I've actually been catching up with your series for Dark Souls. I'm so far halfway through everything you're doing over in Sieve's Castle. Almost done with that. And then from there on, I'm continuing it. So I'm a ways back still, but yesterday I didn't have a lot of time and I just had it in the background. But I am almost there. I'm getting there. I'm going to catch up. I did see you've done the DLC. I'm really excited to see that one. But anyway, what I was trying to get at is, once I get things cleaned up, so like when Ghostbusters is done, when I've got Murder House done, when I've got like even one of the Final Fantasies done, which is probably going to be Type 0, because Final Fantasy 12 I did not know goes forever. Not literally, but it could. Once I have a lot more stuff done and cleared out, I'm probably going to pick up another game. And Dark Souls 2 is looking like it. I just want Dark Souls 3 done, because I don't want to oversaturate things. I feel like, especially for January, because Type 0 was on rotation, I feel like, yeah, that kind of bit me hard because everything was Final Fantasy, except for like 2 Gear Talks and 3 Gears of War episodes. So I was not the biggest fan, but that's how rotation felt. Like next month, Ghostbusters won the votes. So Ghostbusters, Final Fantasy, well, one Final Fantasy, I'm not going to spoil what comes next, and Gears of War, I think February is going to be really good. Bro, the DLC is so good. It is so good. You meet all the original knights except Orenstein, because we know what happens to Orenstein. We see all of that, which I loved. You fight Artorias. You go into the... And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling for anybody. You go into the Abyss. And not only that... I don't remember his... Manus, I don't remember. But pretty much Pygmy. You fight Pygmy. Because it is pretty much Pygmy. And... it just blows my mind, because that aspect after you defeat him, not spoiling anything, that aspect is brought up in 2. Like, there's not a lot of connections at all. Like, people would say it's its own thing. No. They mention that Ding Dong Pygmy and what happens after you kill him in the Abyss and what happens to his soul. It is mentioned in the DLCs and main story, and by goodness gracious, it is so weird how they do it. And some of it's just offhandedly mentioned, which you would think, okay, one of the creatures of the Abyss that's pretty much just made of Abyss and the reincarnation of the original undead human. One thing is brought up main point, but the other is like, oh yeah, that's a thing. What? What? We smoked the Mangus pack. Dude, I can believe you had a good time fighting. Like, when I first fought, like, did you... Okay, I'll ask you this, and then I'm going to go on to some other things I'll talk about, because I'm already 38 minutes in, and I'm just randomly rambling about things in Dark Souls. Which is fine. That was the point of tonight's video, was to play it, but here we are. Yeah, man. Manus. When I first fought him, he scared the padoodles out of me. Like I said, gotta watch a lot of language for YouTube, but he startled me. But I did get Puppy Sif. I did have Sif helping me out. Or Sif. I can't say the name correctly, but I had him helping me out, and it was me, Sif, and I think I had one more person help me at that point, because I was severely under-leveled, but I wanted to beat him. And it was like, me and my homie Wolf, we're going at it. We're going to beat him together, you and me. Oh my goodness, that was good times. Good times. Anyway, while we're doing this, I'm going to bring up something. Let me just pull this to the side quick, because you'll know what I'm talking about in a second. Let me just... Yeah, that'll do right there. Let's do this too. Okay, so I am going to pull up... there we go. So, I did want to bring this up at the very beginning. I'll bring it down here for now. He was a pain. He is. He hits like a truck, too, with that staff of his. He's a butthole. I didn't like fight. Like, I liked fighting him because of the concept of what he was. But he was mean. He was not a nice fellow. I didn't save him till after. Well, okay. If you save him before you fight, you can have him fight with you. Did you still have the sad meaning when you first met Sif? I want to know that. I wish I found him before. Well, you still found him. So at least timeline-wise, you saved him. He knows that you saved him, and he loves you to death. So end of the day, you know, wolf friends all around. That's what matters. Anyway, so I wanted to bring this up. You'll see RAAM's battles right here. So I've been going through and doing the polls every day because I'm 95 episodes into the Gear Talk discussion series, and at the moment, I thought about it, and I figured, I'm doing these polls, and it just so happens I have 4 more videos till I hit 99, and the 5th video will be 100. So I was like, I'll do more of the Gabe's Convoy discussion, and video 100, yeah, good thing. Good thing that boy was happy. Well, he was sad to see you because he had to fight you, but he at least had a friendly face in the sadness of the world. It's sad. I hate it because he doesn't even want to fight you. Sad. Binks, I'm guessing you were sad too, and I can't wait to see the video. It's sad because he does not want to fight you, but he knows he has to. So he goes and gets the sword, doesn't even want to do it, but he's like, I've got my paws tied right now, man. I gotta do it. I have to fight. I don't have a choice. Anyway, though, like I was saying, so I figured since the 100th video is coming up, I would take the polls and I can make an actual video out of it. So that's why I was kind of like, we'll have everyone in it, see who wins. And I guess once a week on Mondays, I can show like what the current results are, I guess. So standing right now in the battles for RAAM's battles, who has fought RAAM, anyone who gets a percentage, I decided, is going to move on. Like, this is just round 1. Whoever gets a singular vote even goes into round 2, where it'll be a straight one-on-one with RAAM, and then, like, the finale video will be like, okay, those who are still around, still got a single vote in general, will have an actual, here's the tail of the tape, here's where they're fighting, here's how the battle's going to go, and we're going to see who actually can defeat RAAM in a given situation. So, for instance, if you get more votes than RAAM in the final round, congratulations, you beat RAAM. I don't see a lot of people making it, because not a lot of people have made it so far. But here's what I have so far, at least for the votes. So, starting off on the beginning, we have Ty. So, he was the first one to actually, land any score at all against good old Rami boy. He was the first one. So 25% of the poll said Ty has a chance. Which I don't know. I mean, you'll see later on with the rest of the votes, like, okay, here's how everyone else stacks up. But Ty, lore-wise and feats-wise, I guess Ty would technically have a shot. I mean, lore-wise and feats, he did some stuff. Next up, Barrett got 6% of the vote. He has 6%. RAAM OP. He is very, very OP. But compared to all the characters in the Locust side of things, when it comes to like that one character that reaches the threshold of OP, RAAM is the first one there. Because after that, you get like Srock, which it's been stated lore-wise, it's been visually seen, Srock mops the floor with RAAM, period. If we're taking peak RAAM with the Krill, that's a different story. If it's a one-on-one and he has his Krill and he's going in with his knife and his Troika, I do think he would beat Srock. But if we're going in with what we've seen canonically-wise in front of us, it is shown that Srock wins. Hands down. That's like the one level above RAAM. And then after that, you get like Berserkers. Then you get like Reavers, Corpsers, Berserker, like Brumox. You just get, like, you can't even express how much. So I feel like he is the threshold to like, this is where the OP begins. Can anyone beat the first level? You know, because you have like Karn by himself. People are whooping Karn. He's a deformed Locust drone. Mira's got some, longevity-wise, like, she's got some feats. Like, battle-wise, she's very smart. She's not beating some characters. Like, I think, honestly, Marcus in a 1v1, Marcus beats her easily. Especially, like, Baird beats Mira easily. Period. You have Ukon. Ukon is a handful because he can regenerate. But I do feel Ukon can be defeated. Like, there has to be a point you do enough damage to him, he's not getting back up. Like, Hammer of Dawn him until his atoms are gone, like what happened Gohan versus Cell in Dragon Ball. Like, I will tell you right now, if he has no cells or atoms left, I'm pretty sure he's dead. You know, like if you lopped off his head, does he grow his head back or can he pick it up and put it back on? I don't know. But he doesn't have much for combat. So I'm sorry, but Ukon could probably get defeated. Slice off all of his limbs with a chainsaw and put him in different areas. What is he going to do? Because he could probably regrow limbs, but at what point have you cut everything off where he can do something? You know, like RAAM is the point of where it's like, okay, this is something you can't beat one-on-one, but does anyone actually have a shot? That's the thing. I solo. You know what? Honestly, Binks, I think you could probably, you know what? I think Binks here, I truly believe when it comes to the Locust leadership, yeah, I'll burn Ukon. Yeah, there you go. Like, how can you revive from being burnt, like, just to nothing? Like, a charred corpse, maybe. But if you keep cooking him, he's not going to come back. If you froze him, how's he going to regenerate if his cells are all frozen? That's the thing. There are ways to defeat Ukon. Like, he is, don't get me wrong, he is a very dangerous enemy. He took a bullet through the head, got up, and he was fine. He had his arm lopped off, grew it back in like 10 seconds. The dude has feats. But he's not going to walk away just like, oh, look at me, I'm fine. Also, he has rust lung. Literally take away his canisters, he's dead. Seriously. Like, Binks, you could honestly beat some of the Locust leadership. I'm not even kidding you. You would win. I believe in a one-on-one with Karn, you would beat Karn. I believe you go against Ukon. Don't get me wrong, Binks. I love you to death, but I feel Ukon will be hard, but I think you'd still win. Mira seems like she's pretty smart. She has some plans, I'm sure, but I think you could probably, in a strength feat, definitely, you could beat Mira. She's fine. When it comes to, like, the Cantus leadership, Scourge, a lot of characters on here could beat Scourge. Like, in the Gears verse, characters could beat Scourge. I believe, literally, like, Ty lost to Scourge, but don't forget, Ty was also going in, like, single man, defending Ty, not defending Dizzy. He was doing it to buy time. He wasn't going full out, and I don't believe that was like peak Ty. We've seen Ty when he's younger. We've seen him like during Alima when he's a bit bulkier but not that big. Peak Ty was like when he was still in the village. Like when you saw him in the village, and by the way, everyone in the comics is ripped beyond repair. Him in the comics could whoop the holy hell out of almost anyone. The only person that has been shown to match him in, like, feats is Marcus. Marcus did some crazy stuff in the comics. Like, in the middle of a rainstorm, Ty pulling back a bow, like, full-on tribal style, not being heard. Marcus knew exactly where he was, did not even look at him, and said, I would not do that if I were you. That's a feat. I kid you not. You and me got this easy. I'll Riz Queen Mira. I very much believe you would. Anyway, let me continue onward since we've started this. Like, I go hour and a half for these, so I'm, you know, after this we'll find some more stuff to do, I swear. Next up for the votes, and this is the percentage of people, like, vote-wise that voted. This is not the final results. People can still vote in the polls on YouTube. Next up, Bernie got 6% of the vote. And I'm pretty sure I might have spelled her last name wrong. I might have. I think there might be 2 T's. But anyway, Bernie got 6%. Again, some of these characters make sense. Bernie, with her long shot, let's say like she sees RAAM coming or something and RAAM doesn't know where she is. I don't think Bernie would kill RAAM. Because, and again, it's gameplay-wise, but you got to kind of take the gameplay with a grain of salt, and you kind of got to go with it sometimes. I kind of have to go with it on this one, because of the fact that we saw what happened when we play it. The Krill, apparently, a single Krill can tank a long shot bullet. It might kill it, but it's strong enough to stop the thing from going further towards RAAM's head. And I'm going to believe, and we're doing peak RAAM right now. Peak RAAM is involving the Krill. Let's say he's got Krill on him the entire time. Bernie's not going to get that shot. She could unleash that thing. It is not going to do it. I'm sorry. It will not take him down. So, I guess Bernie might do some damage. She might catch him off guard and like maybe a sniper shot will like graze his cheek or something. I could see her making him bleed. Barrett could go into straight up rust lung rage, which is why I'm so surprised he's not higher on this list. And he could quite literally, kidding you not, go up and actually put up a fist fight with RAAM. He's going to get stomped, but he could land a hit on RAAM, I'm pretty sure, and RAAM will be like, oh dang, this dude's got some chops on him. Okay, my turn. Like, it's going to be like Escanor. Like, Escanor is going to get, like, just slapped. and he's going to go down. Sun's going to hit the top, and he's like, okay, my turn. And then, okay, what you got? Like RAAM is Escanor, except RAAM's not going down on the first hit. So, next up, I've got, and this is just like these are the people that have made it through round 1. All right. For all I know, someone could go in, change their vote, and like Bernie could go, like if Bernie's one person voting right now, which I think she is, she'd lose that, and then Bernie would be off the list. But for right now, they're on the list. Next up, Hoffman had 17% of the vote. 17% of people are thinking Hoffman can take RAAM. That surprises me. Now, granted, Hoffman does have some feats. I would have voted for him, but RAAM overall wins. You're right, he does. Like, I'm not arguing. I still believe. Now, obviously, this is going to be community-based, so, you know, we're taking things with a grain of salt. It's community-based, so if someone were to defeat RAAM, I would say, like, hey, you know, this is what the community thinks. Lore-wise, that might not be true. So, just a disclaimer I'm going to put in the videos. Ty, Barrick, and Marcus are doable. If you're talking about, like, possible votes for them to fight, I agree. Because they have feats that just show that they can put up a fight. Some of these characters we're about to see do not. Victor Hoffman kind of does. So he has taken things like getting shot through the ankle and in and out through his ankle and been able to get up and continue fighting. Nah, that's wild. Right? And again, like, it's all disclaimer-wise. Like, I still don't think anyone's going to win. But Hoffman's taken a bullet straight through his ankle, continued fighting through back-to-back with Ty, in an obvious trap he was going to die in, and they made it out alive. He fought to defend Anvil Gate twice, I should probably say. You know, he has feats. He's a smart man, and the man is powerful. Now, RAAM would just wet himself for a chance to fight Victor. He would. That was the main go-to he wanted. Because they were cutting heads off snakes. Why not cut the head off of Colonel Hoffman, pretty much the general of the army? Just snip his head off, you win. Like, RAAM would have he would have preed right there. Easily. He would have been like, I just literally, aside from Prescott, I just killed the biggest person in this entire group. He would have just had a straight up pre-session right there. He would have. Next up we have Helena Stroud. So this woman, maybe, young Hoffman, but wheelchair Hoffman, OP, ain't gonna nerf him. Yeah. So, I'm gonna go off of probably, that's hard. Putting Hoffman's peak, that's really hard to find peak Hoffman. I would say peak Hoffman. And this is a very odd call to make. Gears of War 2 Hoffman, I think, is peak Hoffman. I think that's it. It is shown in the books. It is shown in 3. He's getting worn out. He's getting worn, and he's taking some damage. Like, not physically, but, like, he's not getting younger. He ain't. I think Gears 2, he's still up ready to fight. You ain't leaving me out of this fight. You know, it's already been shown earlier with his feats. I honestly think Gears 2 Hoffman has all the experience, and he hasn't hit, like, the lower level. Like, right when 2 ends, that's when he starts decreasing. I say Gears 2 Hoffman. That's a controversy call right there, but I'm going with it. It's controversial, but I'm willing to stick by it. Helena Stroud. Anya's mom, considered to be, and this is, like, stated by other Gears, is considered to be one of the most badass Gears to ever exist. Period. Like, you have, like, people who look on a pedestal of, like, Marcus, and, like, Anya as a leader, and, like, Bernie for being, like, one of the best survivalists there is. Helena Stroud sits at the top of a peak right now that many Gears consider this is, like, the deadliest woman to exist. Flat out. She got 6% of the vote for her bracket, which is fine. She's making it to the next round. I'm very interested to see how she does 1v1. If she gets any votes at all, she goes on to the final round, which I'm excited to see. I want to see what she does. I want to see what kind of situation I can make where Helena Stroud has a shot. I'm very invested in that one. I'm excited. Next up, Alex Brand got 20% of the vote in her bracket. That is interesting as ever. Because Alex Brand, I'm not going to lie to you. I could see it. I could see something involving Alex Brand, like, stepping up and straight up having a shot. It is shown her feats-wise, she's very agile. She is fast, she is quick, she can move. When she is first introduced, she is moving quick as ever throughout the battlefield. She has speed for her feats. She is also sergeant level. She's the same level Marcus sits at right now. Well, not right now, but like during the Locust War, she is same level Marcus, and it is stated they are like even. I fully believe, yes, some people are right to put a vote in for Alex. Alex ain't gonna win though, in my mind. If she makes it to the final round, I'm gonna be so invested in what her story fight will be, because it's peak RAAM. Like, what can you do against peak RAAM? That's the problem. Like, Ty, I could see him pulling out, like, and I'm going to put all of them at their highest feats and biggest peaks. So, like, Ty is going to be, like, all of his jungle skills are still there, and he's, like, currently as big as he is in 2, you know? Gonna take a shower, so I won't be able to respond, but I'll be listening. Sounds good, man. I'm just going to keep on going. Alex Brand, like, her speed feats, could she speed blitz him? No, because he has Krill. But she could pull something. So, RAAM versus Alex. Interesting. I'm interested to see how that'll go. Jonathan Harper got 6% of the vote. Like, I can wrap my head around it. He also has Rustlung like Barrack. So, yeah, honestly, if he had tapped into that like he did in the comics, he could land a hit out on RAAM. I fully believe he could probably deck him in the face. I don't know how well that's going to go in the long run, but I could see him getting a hit out. I could. But that's about all I can give John on that one. Next up, Akagi. How the hell Akagi got the vote? I don't know. Akagi must have... What could she... Like, first off, I don't know who voted for Akagi. Me and Binks have talked about this before. I don't know who would have voted for Akagi. But my go-to guess is... Someone likes Akagi. That's the best I can say. I don't see Akagi making it past round 2. My guess is, if she were to fight RAAM, what could she do? Maybe she'd toss a grenade, and that would, like, stun him for, like, half a second. That's my guess. He'd have to put his arm up to block shrapnel. I don't know. Akagi, very interesting to see where that one goes. Next up, and this is the last... Nope. Oh, there's still one more. That's 2 more. Next up is Annalisa. She's from the comics. She was also in the same comic as Alex Brand. Annalisa, that's interesting. Annalisa would probably... That's the thing. Like, they were fighting hordes of locusts back to back, and she was there in the middle of it. She is bloody. She's covered. She's barely wearing anything. She's going in like Berserker style. Honestly, the fact that she's got 9%, very surprisingly does not surprise me. I don't know. Annalisa. Could she land some hits? Maybe. Guerrilla tactics, like heavy guerrilla. She could do something, like, I don't know. Like, what could she do that would hurt him? That's the thing. Because she would go in guns blazing. She would go in just fist fighting. She doesn't have Rustlung, so she doesn't have that little extra buff. It's going to be very interesting to see how she does. Okay. Anyway, the next 2, I don't even know what they're doing here. And again, this is just like this is like the people who have made it so far through round 1 of the RAAM battle brackets, I guess you could say. The Ashman got 8% of the vote. I don't really know how. The best I can guess, if he made it to the finals somehow, he pretends to be one of the Ash people while RAAM's walking through town, and he pulls a Boltok out slowly and takes a pot shot. That's my guess. RAAM will turn around then angry, send out the Krill, and he's dead. That's the best I could guess for the Ash Man. I guess it depends how many votes he gets in the final. Like, if he actually beat RAAM, I don't know what I would say. But yeah, he's got an 8%. And the final person is Stu. Stu's got a better chance than the Ash Man. Stu was the leader of the group that Maria ended up joining and that Chaps was once a part of, I believe. And his group got captured by the Locust, and he is probably dead by now. Stu, he was a stranded leader, so, I mean, people must have trusted his skill or judgment or something. Honestly, Stu probably has the best chance as the Ash Man. He's probably hiding behind a car, puts up a Boltok or a snub, knowing him, and just shoots, and then dies. That's my guess. So, that's everyone I have right now. That's the standings. That's where we stand. So, you know what? Let's quickly do a review. Let's see if anything's changed since. So let me just pull this up so I can see what we got. Let's see what else we have quick, because I'm invested now. I've become very invested in this tournament, by the way, if no one can tell. this tournament is like one of the higher moments I've had in a long time. So let's see what we have. We have, let me open up the channel quick. Community post. Okay, so let's start. Let's see if anyone's changed. I don't want to say anyone has, but I'm willing to take a look. Let me also make this screen a little bit bigger. And let me hide there, because I can't crop it. There, I think that's good. And let me open this up. Yeah, so that's looking good. Okay. So, this is what we have. Let me go down to the very beginning where this whole tournament started, pretty much. So we started off... Okay, here we go. We started off right here. So this was our beginning. Lonnie versus RAAM. That's where the whole situation and everything began. That was our beginnings. So we went there. And honestly, I just want to see who would win a knife fight. Because at the time, I was doing polls of like who's the strongest, who's better with a bull talk, all of that. So I was just like, you know what? I think these are the only two characters I can think of that fight with knives. So I was like, okay. So we'll just take these two and see how it goes. Unanimously, Lonnie loses the knife fight. And I thought she had like maybe a semi-chance because she has an electro knife. Nope, didn't help. Didn't help at all. She lost. So I was just like, you know what? Who can beat RAAM? So I went further in, and this was like weeks and weeks and weeks later. I went in, and I was like, so I put Lonnie in a knife fight against RAAM a few weeks ago, and the complete majority says that RAAM wins. So let's see who has a shot at beating him. Who wins a 1v1 against RAAM? Fair enough. Because I was like, who actually has a shot right now? Like, who can actually do this? And I'm actually going to pull this up, too, in case any numbers have changed. Okay. So, yeah. As it stood, I could not see anyone winning. But in the votes, Ty got some votes, Barrick got a vote. And Barrick was way later on. But this is the closest anyone's come so far, by the way, too. So, here we are here. I continued on, and I was like, okay. How about we continue running with the RAAM train and see how Gabe and the others fare next? Who defeats RAAM? No one thinks anyone's got a shot, which I agree. No one's winning. So we continue. All right, Gabe and his team are out, so on to the next group. RAAM 1v1, time for the femme fatale. So we said, out of these female soldiers, who wins? Bernie got a vote. So Bernie is the only one that people think has a shot. And honestly, out of these three, yes, because RAAM's already taken care of this problem right here. So yeah, I do think Bernie has the best shot out of these three. That was last week's stream, which, by the way, went well. For everyone watching, this is not like forever. I'll figure out what's going on next week if it's the internet connection we have or something. But here we go. This was last week, which was a good stream. I really liked it. Next up, we had on to the next one. So no one's claimed the crown sitting on RAAM's head. No one has. I wonder if anyone will actually take the title. Let's try some harder hitters. So I chose characters that were like known for being like, you know, the old guard that were a bit stronger. So Hoffman got some shots in. Helena Stroud, which I understand why she got a vote. Patrick got none. I can understand that one, even though I believe he might be a level higher than Bernie when it comes to sniper. He might be the best sniper the COG's ever had. Maybe. I'm not sure. His feats are pretty good, but Bernie's got some heavy-duty feats. But I think he's got a shot at being better than Bernie, but he got no votes. So, again, RAAM had some competition. Next up, how about we get some higher-ranked characters up to bat? So I took characters with a higher rank. For instance, Min Young Kim, he's a lieutenant. Anya ends up the leader of the COG, but I believe at one point she does become a lieutenant also. I don't remember the rank she gets by the time we get to 3. She does hold a higher rank. And then Alex Brand, Sergeant Alex, she got 20% of the votes, which, again, I can understand. Again, I still think RAAM wins against everybody. Next up, more. Who stands a chance against this creature? Let's continue. Who wins a 1v1 fight with RAAM? We continued. Akagi somehow got votes. Harper got a vote, which Akagi got a vote before Harper. I found this weird because Harper, I think, has got a better shot than these two. But hey, you take what you can get. Next up, so I put a poll up to see, like, okay, are we doing everyone? Are we doing just some people? Who are we doing? Majority said everyone. So we're going to take everybody. And I'll be putting up a poll after the stream tonight to see who's next. Next up, we have some more lesser-known characters or characters that are very briefly shown. So like Amon, the warehouse female leader, the image gallery ones don't let you use like long words, so just female leader, and Vince. No one thinks anyone's winning. I honestly liked her as a character. She was a really chill character. But yeah, she's not beating RAAM. Next up, as you probably noticed, I'm going to do the polls daily as a way to get... This is why I decided every day is a poll. And this was taking, and I really like the concept of this team, the Grievous Bodily Love. Like, this is a group of like females that survived a birthing camp, and they are like fighting locusts, and they're like their own tribe of women. I thought this was really cool. Did any of them stand a chance? There's still some other ones I haven't put up yet. But did any of these three stand a chance? Annalisa, some people thought had a shot. Which, honestly, I think, out of these three, she's got the best. Even though Matron's the leader, and Camille's dead, she honestly held her own. It made her seem like she was the strongest out of the group. And I kind of believe that. She might be the strongest one. Next up, the Stranded. I just took Stranded characters. So, Faraday, the bitchy, UIR characters, like Decog. Stu and Ashman. Ashman, I just wanted to get out of the way. I didn't think he'd get a vote. Stu, I didn't even think anyone knew who Stu was. But yeah, so they got votes, so they're moving on. And that's where we currently stand. And this was what was supposed to happen tonight, but internet connections had a different idea. Next week, I will be getting a cord, running everything together. It'll be better then. So yeah, that's where the current standings are, as you can see right here. Let me move just right up here a little bit. No, actually, back down. They look good. Well, no. Now, there. Fine there. So that's the current standings. You're spoiling the results. This is only for who have currently made it into the next round. The results are these are still up there. Just so everyone knows, Cody's giving the results on the poll on purpose. What she means is, I might have also voted for some things. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think I voted. And I think that I voted for... Okay, I'll spoil the fun. There is only one character I have voted, and only one other character I will vote to make it to the next round, because I want to see them make it to the next round. And that would be... I did vote for Barrick. I am his one supporter, just because if Harper is making it to round 2, I will be damned if Barrick is not making it either. So yes, I voted for Barrick. I am the only reason he's made it to the next round. I don't plan on voting much more, aside from one character. That's about it. I can't believe you're double spoiling. If the cat's out of the bag, I'm going to let the cat fully out of the bag. So, I voted for Barrick because I want to also put my ring in the hat, my vote in. So, I voted for Barrick. He was my vote. I have not voted for anyone else because every bracket I do believe RAAM is going to win. Did I have a bias towards Barrick? 50-50. He's one of my top 10 favorites, but yes. If Harper's making it, I'm throwing Barrick in too. He gets an honorary mention. If someone else votes for Barrick, I will vote for RAAM because I do believe RAAM wins. Ring in the hat. That is the word I was looking for. But yes, so my money is on RAAM if Barrick gets one more vote. I just want him in the next round, and after that, I'm going 100% strictly on who I truly believe wins. There's only one more character I will actually vote in if he gets no votes. I will not spoil who that one is, but there is just one more. And can I vote? I don't think I can. Nope, I can't. And now it's gone. Let me pull it back up. There we go. Okay. Hat in the ring. Yeah, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring. So, I'm only voting for 2. Only 2. I have voted for 1. If they get another vote, I will take my vote off and put it into RAAM because I do believe RAAM will win. But I do believe there is an argument that Barrick should also be in the second round if Harper is in the second round. They both have Rust Lung, and Barrick has so many more feats, I can't even stress how many he has. So that's probably going to be where I stand on that matter. So consider this stream, because the internet doesn't like me, consider this to be the current preliminary, not permanent, this could change finals so far on where the standings are for who's making it to round 2. Again, someone could easily come in and change their vote. You are free to change your vote inside the YouTube community section. So let's say someone was like, no, Stu can't do it, I changed my mind. And they swap Stu to the Ashman. Ashman's got more of a percent and Stu's out. Or, never mind, RAAM wins. Then Stu's completely out and RAAM's got a higher percentage of his stuff. And Ashman would technically go down because RAAM would have more of the votes. So, yes, the non-official standings are as they are now. So, I think so far, like, 2/3 of the characters make sense. I'm not understanding some of the others, but people are free to vote on whatever they want to vote for. You know, this is the community's idea of who could beat RAAM, and apparently 8% of the community thinks that Ashman has a chance of defeating RAAM, even though Ashman literally doesn't have a name. Can you make Hello Kitty Island Adventure Let's Plays? If they actually have it, I'll totally do it. In fact, you know what? Let me check quick. Before I end things tonight, let me actually see. Let's get this up. Okay. Kitty Island. I think they do. I'll do Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Okay. So I know for a fact. Please play Dead or Alive Extreme 2. I think I can play it and YouTube will be okay with it. I think they would. Let me see the images. So, is that Markiplier that played it? Oh my goodness, Markiplier was playing Hello Kitty online. Will I play Hello Kitty Island online? It's not a real game. I know it's a South Park reference, but I think some people have actually tried making their own like online versions of the game. Like there's Hello Kitty 40K Warhammer. I'm not gonna pull up the online search because if there's something icky that pops up, I don't want to get in trouble for that. Hello Kitty Mission Rescue for original Xbox. Hello Kitty Online. Let me see this quick. Because I don't mind pulling up YouTube and searching things. I do mind searching the actual internet and looking at things. Let's see what we have. Okay. Where are the sexy anime girls? Give me a moment. I can pull one up. I'm sure I have to have one saved in the pictures somewhere. There has to be someone saved in here. That's a really good question. Do I even have anything? Cute, sexy anime girls. Let's see what we got. I could pretty much put one. You know what? Here, I could put one up on screen, how I have it right now. I could do that, but I'd have to add the source. Well, I could. I really could. Let's do. Let's see what the first thing that comes up when you put in cute, sexy anime girls. Oh, no, just sexy anime girls. Let's search that. What's the first thing that pops up? Images. What is the first character that is... It is taking a while to load. I don't know if I can... I cannot show that on stream. Well, can I... Are you Team Damon? Damon or Team Stefan? Damon. I'm going Damon. I would probably take Team Damon. Stefan kind of just, at one point, just grinds my gears with half the stuff he does and the constant breakups. And I like how Damon just shakes his head. Wow. Wow. I cannot. It is such a good thing I have the camera on me right now. Period. Yeah, pretty much. I get tired of Stefan's constant, like, we're together, we're not. Oh, pity me. Oh, never mind, I'm a vampire. I don't think I can show that. No, I can't risk it. Let me look up, legal cute anime. Okay, I'm the only one watching. Can you be done? I am pretty much done. I went over everything I want. Why does legal cute anime come up with law? Back, homie. See, Binks is here. Binks, you missed out on it. We finished going over everything, and now I'm trying to find, per Grace's request, a cute, sexy anime girl to put on screen. But I will tell you, the first thing that comes up when you put up cute anime girl, I don't know. Right now, cute. Like here, I'll pull it up again, and let me get out of this. No reason to have that up here. Yeah, no reason to be pulling that up. In fact, I know how to end the episode. I know how to end this. I know how to end this stream. Well, I'll pull it up one more time and we'll do the correct thing we should be doing. Binks, Cody talks about you a lot. I do, because Binks is a chill dude. I like Binks. Alrighty, so here's how we're going to end the episode, my dude. I think this is a fair way to end it. I think this is a nice way to end it. I've been meaning to do this because you're a fair and honest dude. Let me... There, so no one sees what my other recommendation stuff is. There. Okay. Same, me too. I talk about Cody so much, LMAO. Soulmates. That's right, soulmates. In fact, so much of a soulmate, I'm going to plop this up here. And since the streams get saved, I'll be able to use this as a promotion for you. So, for anyone who does not know, just look up a picture of Marcus in a bikini. Cute, sexy anime girl. For anyone who doesn't know, Binks here in the chat. Chill dude, great dude, known him for years. First met him in the Gears of War community. He is, without a doubt, one of the chiller dudes I've ever met. So, Binksy boy here, he does a lot. Binks is a chill dude. He has done a lot. Even opening up the videos, you will see he has been going ham. This man has been going hefty into the grind, and he does good work. He is a great man. I have known him for a while. I've said that already, but it's true. So, ending it off, we're going to take a look at... Here's everything we have for the preliminaries in the battle. Ashman and Stu, like you said, Binks, I don't know how they made it. They're in there. They're going to be in round 2, unless someone changes their vote, which I'm not saying change it, but that's the only way they can get off. That's the only way. So if anyone doesn't want them, it has to be the person voting for them that changes their vote. So it's up to them. I don't mind putting them in round 2. I just don't know how long they're going to fare. But I will be interested to see if they make round 3. The final round I'll be interested in. Anyway, Binks, great person. Here's his YouTube, Unified Binks. A great dude. Go ahead, subscribe. Love the man as much as you can. Great amigo. He has done a lot for me. And I would like to think I do a lot for Binks now and then. If not, that's fine. I'm doing a lot right now, I'm hoping. But yeah, I'm glad you were here, Binks. I'm sorry we couldn't do Dark Souls 3. If I could make it happen, I would have. But I already spent like a good 20 minutes trying to get that to work, and it didn't want to. So next time, I'm just going to go get an Ethernet, hook that up, see if that helps. It should. Thank you. Of course, man. Anytime. Literally, Binks is going through Dark Souls Remastered. He's doing it extremely good. Like, I'm watching him, and he's exploring, but still whooping left and right, just kicking booties and taking names like it's no one's business. So, yeah, this was a chill night. I was aiming for Dark Souls. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We will try that again next week. So, instead of putting a poll up for next week's video, for the live stream, I keep saying video, for the live stream, we are going to do Dark Souls. That's what we're aiming for. But I am going to be... I'm not going to put a poll up. We're going to be aiming for that. I'm going to try a few things, try and get things to work. It must have been my internet, because Xbox says there was a problem, but that shouldn't affect how the video is portrayed and going. So, we'll try again, see how it goes. Now that I think about it, the stream is going through an Xbox app. So, maybe it does have a small bit to do with Xbox, maybe. I don't know. But I can't do it now, because I disconnected, so I can't even get into it if I wanted. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I want to thank everyone for making this possible. I'm sorry it's not what everyone was expecting or wanting. I'm right there with you. As much as I did enjoy talking about the RAAM battles coming up, I don't know what else to say except thank y'all. I hope everyone at least somewhat enjoyed my ramblings. I can talk forever. I can do it as much as I need to. But yeah, this will do it. And yeah, I think we're all good. If anything else is going on, I will be there again. I hope so, Binks. Like I said, I plan on doing everything in my power to make sure next week that this is actually running smoothly. I don't know what happened, because last week it worked fine as the same setup I have now. I will take care of it, and we're going to get this going. Because Dark Souls is coming up, and this doesn't spoil anything. This is just the rotation. Dark Souls is coming up in March. March is Dark Souls. So, you know, February is Ghostbusters, but we're going to be having Dark Souls coming up. And since we already got the vote done for February, April's vote will be coming up soon I'll do that when March begins. I'll put up the April votes. And that is going to have Dark Souls 3 also in the running for votes. So it would probably go right now Final Fantasy Type 0, Ghostbusters, Dark Souls, and whatever falls in there could be Dark Souls. Ghostbusters won't be on there because I have 5 games I'm trying to rotate through and get done. So Ghostbusters is taking a break after February. My birthday in March. I'm going to have an episode dedicated to you. I'm hoping it falls on a release day or a stream. Then we can have some fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a guest star, Binks. While I'm playing 3, if you want to get into yours, you can join me for a battle or something. We'll see what happens. It'll be Binks' birthday stream. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm rambling. We're going to end it here. I'm going to use the close that I just created earlier on yesterday. I made it. It has a lot still to go through and work on, but I feel at the moment it's at least something. So at least you can see the new close. So I hope everyone's having a good one. I hope everyone is having an amazing time out there, whatever you're doing. I hope everyone's happy in general. I want to thank my patrons for making this possible. And I want to thank you for also tuning in and making things possible. That means you too, Binks. So y'all have a good one. I'll be catching you next Monday when we will be doing Dark Souls 3. Even if it looks like poop, I'm going to make it work. We'll make a gag reel out of it if we have to. Y'all have a good one. Later. Oh, what do you know? Full camera. Now later.